except for one team, the top five in two stats made the NCAA Final Four: field goal percentage and field goals made. No joke. This is an important stat. Now, the rest of them are important, don't get me wrong. But the top five on both of those stats made it to the Final Four. Those two stats, let me tell you something, are fascinating. Field goals made, LSU Tigers, 35.8 per game. UConn, 34.4. Texas, 33.3. South Carolina, 33.2. UCLA, 32.7. That's field goals made a game. Field goal percentage, UConn 52%, UCLA 51.3, South Carolina 50.8, LSU 50.8, Texas 50.2. Now, LSU is the only odd one out, and they only made it to the Sweet 16 and got beat by Toby Fournier and the Duke Blue Devils. And they had that was one of, statistically, the Duke LSU game is strange in so many ways. LSU shot 46% field goal percentage. They shot 33 of 71. Duke shot 31 of 73. They had 42%. 3 points made: 7 of 26 for Duke, 3 of 8 for LSU. So, 3 point percentage, LSU still led at 38% with Duke's 27, but 21 points for Duke, 9 for LSU. You had 66 and 64. Or 60, sorry, 62 for Duke. And then throw in 21 for the 3 point shots versus 9. Free throws made, 18 of 23, 78%. 16 of 17 for LSU. They had 94, but it was 16 points versus 18 points. The only scoring metric that Duke didn't lead them in was field goals, but they excelled at the others and dominated in the 3 point, even though they had a worse 3 point percentage. Rebounding, exactly the same, even though Duke had more offensive rebounds versus LSU having more defensive rebounds. Assist, Duke was all over it. Duke had 16 assists versus 8 for LSU. Steals, Duke had 8 steals, LSU had 3. Blocks were exactly the same at 6. Total turnovers, the exact same at 11. Points off turnovers, exact same. Fast break points, here's another one. Duke led that one 13 points to LSU's 4. But points in paint, Duke only had 38, LSU had 52. Fouls, Duke led this one as well. They only caused 16 fouls, whereas LSU caused 19 fouls. So LSU is the only anomaly out of the top 5 in this. So we're going to discuss this. We're going to break this down here. So let's get into it. Before we get into the crux of this video, hit like, hit subscribe if you like college sports, because I do college sports, primarily college football, college women's gymnastics, do a little basketball and other sports on occasion, but that's what I do, college. Also, General Robert Neyland, former University of Tennessee head football coach for decades, had 7 maxims to win any game, but they can also help you if you apply them correctly to your life. The second one is play for and make the breaks. When one comes your way, score. That is a maxim that can be also applied to your life. Look for those breaks and take it. Now, when we're looking at field goal percentage, that's what we're going to start off with. Let's start with the number one team in field goal percentage. That is UConn. Right now, they're sitting at 52.5 field goal percentage. Top five players: Sarah Strong is shooting 59.4, AZ Fudd 48.9, Blanca Quinones is shooting 54.1, Ashlyn Shade is like the outlier at 40.2, and Ali Ziebel is shooting 50.3%. Those are the top five players for scoring wise for UConn. UCLA, you're looking at the 50-40-90 team right here. I mean, they really are 50-40-90. Their top five players: Lauren Betts is scoring 57.9% in field goal percentage. Kiki Rice, 49.2. Gabrielle Jaquez, 54.2. Gianna Needkins, 50.4. And Angela Dugalic is 50.8. Top five players. All of them right at the 50-point mark, and two of them are well over. Now, South Carolina, Joyce Edwards, 58.2. Tania Latson, 49.6. Medina Okop, 58.4. Tessa Johnson, 47%. And Raven Johnson sitting at 50%. Top five players. And 47% is like the low number with Tessa Johnson. LSU, who's the fourth ranked team in this, even though, like I said, you heard me at the intro, they had the anomaly game. Malaysia Pool Willies 47.4. Falau J, now they're sitting at 50.5. Falau J Johnson 46.5. Michaela Williams 50.7. Zakiya Johnson 59.9, and Jada Richard 44.8. So see, you can understand why they would have an anomaly game when their top players, top five players, most of them aren't even hitting the 50% mark. But let's go to Texas Longhorns. They're sitting at 50%. Madison Booker is 52.3. Jordan Lee is 42.4. Kyla Oldacre 62.3. Justice Carlton 52.9. Rory Harmon is sitting at 45.6. So you have two anomalies there, but they play pretty darn consistently. And 45.6 is a good percentage for most teams, and 42.4, I don't know where that came from. Jordan Lee hopefully has gotten better because she's scoring 13.3 points a game. So she's knowing what she needs to do, but for some reason isn't doing it. Whereas Duke, who beat LSU, really weird anomalies. Top five players: Toby Fournier, 52.5. Tiana Meyer, 41.1. Ashlyn Jackson, 34.3. Delaney Thomas, 60.5. And Riley Nelson is sitting at 40%. So you're looking at, they're not shooting that well. LSU is the one anomaly, but that was because Duke just threw the regular game plan out the door. This is field goal percentage wise. Now, let's look at field goals made. Now, we're going off of the season. Malaysia Fulwilly made 190 field goals. She attempted 401. Flau J. Johnson, 190 to 409. Michaela Williams, 185 to 365. Zakiya Johnson, 133 of 222. Jada Richard, 116 of 259. UConn, you're looking at Sarah Strong, 275 for 460 of 263. AZ Fudd, 254 of 519. Blanca Quinones, 131 at 242. Ashlyn Shade, 113 at 281. And Ali Ziebel, 99 of 197. Texas is Madison Booker, 290 at 554. Jordan Lee was 191 at 451. Kyla Oldacre, 139 of 223. Justice Carlton, 129 of 244. And Rory Harmon was 129 of 283. South Carolina Joyce Edwards, 299 of 514. Tania Latson, 171 of 345. Medina Ocott, 209 of 358. Tessa Johnson, 167 of 355. And Raven Johnson was 154 of 308. And then you've got UCLA. Lauren Betts, 263 of 454. Kiki Rice, 187 of 380. Gabriella Jaquez, 174 of 321. Gianna Neepkins, 170 of 337. And Angela Dukulik, 131 of 258. Are you starting to see these shots make a difference? The field goal percentage. I was watching a video the other day. 2 points you can equal more than 3 points. And it shows in a lot of these games. Now, most people will tell me, well, you should focus on 3 pointers, but take a look at who the top five are in 3 point percentage. Gonzaga, the Bulldogs. Then you've got UConn. Then you've got LSU. Then you've got South Carolina. Then you got Boise State. Boise State and Gonzaga aren't even really talked about. UCLA is after Indiana and Fairfield. Then you have Quinnipiac, Richmond, Alabama, Michigan State, Vandy, San Diego, Marquette, Iowa State. I mean, seriously, I'm going down here and it's not even, I'd have to keep going for a while before I get to Texas and I mean, UCLA. They're not even, you know, that close in 3 point percentage, yet they're in the final four. So this is bolstering my argument that when it comes to field goals this season in women's basketball, the 2 pointer was the king to most everything. Now, most people don't pay attention to it, they don't realize it, but this year, that 2 pointer, and here's the thing, I just made a video about Tennessee bringing in a assistant coach that is a specialist when it comes to 3 pointers. I don't know why, because 3 pointers may help, but in all honesty, Tennessee was needing a shooting percentage person, somebody that can help get the basics. And field goal shooting, field goal percentage, and field goals made, in all honesty, is a fundamental of the game. And fundamentals matter in this sport, especially in women's. When you're looking at the Final Four, UConn, Texas, South Carolina, UCLA, and other than LSU, the top five are the Final Four. LSU somehow, I don't know why, but somehow they just couldn't match up with Duke in one game. Now, I like Duke, Toby Fournier, Tiana Mayer. I like me some Toby Fournier. I really do. The rest of the team are good, but Toby Fournier, I mean, she's sitting there 52.5 field goal percentage, 33.3 3 point percentage as a forward, 58.1 free throw percentage kind of stinks. And she can dunk if she attempted it. Yeah, turnovers at 2.2, but she's also blocking 2.2 times. Leads in rebounds, points, and blocks. She needs somebody backing her. She needs some folks backing her up a little bit better. But Duke was an Elite Eight team. So when I say that, I'm not, you know, this is what we need to focus on when you're coaching women's basketball. Fundamentals. It matters. And I just proved it to you that the two most important stats this season are the two most important stats that should be there every season. It's field goal percentage and field goals made. And if people can't do that, guess what? When you're sitting there like Tennessee at 41%, you're not going to make it anywhere. That's why I am not surprised at the 8-game losing streak, and I predicted most of those losses. This has been Paul with Redneck Sports. Y'all have a good day now. Bye. Hey, folks, before you leave, if you're can't become a member via my YouTube channel, which that's for my thinker. I've also got sports. I've got a Patreon. If you really, really want to help me out, I would be much appreciated. But hey, hitting like, hit subscribe, hit commenting, all those things really help me out. Have a good day.